Hi everyone, my name is Alexander. Very excited to be here crunching some code at this late hour. It's a 12:30 in Sweden, and I'm about to present to you our HackerFinder 9000. This is our team. I'm Alexander down here, and we have Arthur Ying, Sirius Elf, also known as David, and we have Lynn. Right, so this week, it's yeah, 11 days ago, there was a world first very large cyber espionage campaign that was unveiled by Anthropic. And what was striking about this campaign was that it was mostly automated using Claude Code and agentic frameworks. So we thought it would be interesting to see how that attack could be mitigated. Uh, what they mentioned in this paper is that the attack mostly relied on being able to split up the attack into different parts, and the individual parts were benign enough not to get classified as malicious. So we thought we could do something to help prevent that. So that's what HackerFinder9000 does. It detects malicious activity across many types of sessions. Uh, yep. So here's how an MCP setup with uh, Claude Code could look like. So I think they hypothesized that this is the flow that they had. Uh, there's a report and analysis step where a human operator is putting in some kind of instructions to Claude Code, and then uh, this agent goes out into the different MCP servers and starts doing a cyber attack, starting from reconnaissance, where it's discovering different types of assets that they want to hack into, onto uh, credential stuffing and exploitation, all the way to getting data from these companies that they were targeting. So our system architecture to detect this looks like this. And on the threat layer, this is where we spent a lot of the time of this hackathon, was to design an agentic framework that does red teaming. So we start with reconnaissance through a port scan, and then we try to exploit that by using credential stuffing, and we're pretending here that we already have valid credentials for the application that we want to get into. So credential stuffing is just taking large lists of passwords and usernames and uh, sending them to whatever interface you're trying to exploit, like a web form or an SSH server. And then after that, we have access, and then we try to exfiltrate some data. So, but we had this framework set up. We had lots of data that we could train. Excuse me. That we could train on and train a classifier to detect these types of activity. All right, so onto the demo. That's not it. I'll just send those guys away. You can be over here. Okay, so tmux attach. Now we're going to attach to a session. So here's the front end that we have. And as you can see, we've been seeing some threat activity the latest hour. And we don't have any jailbreaks, but we might have something else. Oh yeah, we did restart the server, so um, this front end is showing no data as of yet. But let's change that by going to um, our red teaming. All right, so here we have a red teaming exercise. Oh, there we go. One attack. Let's see what we have, what kind of tools we have. Uh, perform SSH brute force on. we go. Now we have some data. So we saw here that the requests are coming in. We have not blocked these requests. We haven't implemented that part of our framework just yet. Um, Now do exfiltration. Here we can see that the SSH brute force attempt against this website was successful with some mock data here that says username and password. So let's try to see if we can. Now I switched over to the tab where we're doing the actual um, classification of this event, and here we say with a 81% confidence that this was a credential stuffing attack, which is actually correct. And we see here that the input sequence contains vault.rheintal.me and port 22. And that is correct because we're doing a SSH brute force. And that concludes our demo. Thank you.